All right. So one thing to note for the two people who have seen Matthew is he is still breathing, just with this. There's like 12 hands reaching out from this ball, some into his mouth, some down the side of his face, and the other ones are just, as with his slow breath, just moving with it. What would you guys like to do, specifically Olivia and Paul?
Olivia just takes a steadying breath and kind of like covers her mouth.
Are you okay?
Yes, I will be. Just takes a second. And then I'm gonna go over to him, and I'm gonna. Is his pulse accessible?
Yes, you can get to it. Yeah.
Great, you're gonna add another hand to the pile.
When you do reach for his neck, one of the hands kind of reaches and tries to like grab around your wrist very gently.
Nope, not having any of that.
So you're not able to get a good read on his pulse then because the hand just tries to hold your wrist.
No, it wants to hold my hand.
I wanna hold.
You watch just like Paul is like trying not to throw up.
But his chest is moving. He seems to be breathing in addition to the hands.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Unless the hand is inside, just palpating it.
I hate that more than what I was imagining.
What is everyone else going to do with this? With the reactions from Paul, who is trying not to puke, and Olivia, who... Does anyone else look in the bedroom?
I feel like at this point,
I would have been behind Paul.
I will call out a warning to prepare these humans for what they are about to see.
All right.
Explain your warning. How are you going to warn me about what you're seeing?
No, that's fair. It's not going to be explicit. It's just going to. It's actually just going to be a standard. Before you look in here, just understand that this
I'm
is
already
not...
looking by the time
Yeah,
she's like
that's fair. It
stumbling.
does take a while.
Checks for the other two who look in, please.
I'm gonna come take a look as well, I guess.
Oh, wait. No, my sanity's pretty high.
wow.
58
Okay.
out of 65.
36 out of 65.
All right, you guys each take 1 point of sanity damage. How did you do, Alex?
15 out of 60.
Oh, you still take 1 point of sanity at the site. It's something you've never seen before, so obviously it shakes you a little bit, but not as bad as the two who first saw it, with the ample warning. Once again, the ball of hands is literally living on this man's face, reaching down his throat and down the side of his face.
Oh, wait, shit. I fucked this up.
I'm gonna go sit down in the hallway.
I'm going to join you.
Can I look around this room for things that are not normal other than the hands?
Detective Olivia on the case.
Yeah.
You find an open, coiled notebook on the man's desk that has rants and ravings about what they are attempting.
Okay.
They go on about how if you flip back through a few where he learns about the book, a story he heard, a rumor about this book of poetry that as you read it, it is written for you because this man is dreaming. If what Father Fletcher says is true, this man exists in heaven and I can join him. We just need to find the book. He enlists in the help over time of two people, one Connor Murray and one Rowan Carson. That they will then begin, they will find this book and attempt to learn how they can go into heaven. They search through, they do eventually find the book, and with reading he discovers that while the book is not the key to get to heaven, it's knowledge to the ritual in which it can do. He found a poem for himself. He said, well, the book itself was relatively dull and mundane and boring, each poem following the same sort of plain structure. When he found the poem for him, he immediately felt that this was the path he was on was right. He then began to do some further dark information into the dark side of this thing called the Veil, as he has heard through other people. While access to the Veil exists in the idea of being there physically, you can dream yourself into it eventually while staying in the physical form. You're either awake in the Veil or you're dreaming in the Veil. And when you're dreaming in the Veil, you still exist and you can manipulate the world of the awake world. But if you're awake in the Veil, you're in the Veil and you can't enter. So they are trying to dream in the Veil and impact the real world. To do this, the ritual, they needed to ground themselves with a trinket or a bauble. He has chosen a Jesus statuette. Connor has chosen a strange, blunt object, while Rowan has chosen a teddy bear. The last entry is that tonight is the first night of dreaming, and that he is beyond excited to find heaven.
So it could be assumed that what he's doing is dreaming in the Veil.
That's a fair assumption.
While she's reading that, Paul's gonna get panicked, and having just come from a church, reach for the only source of comfort he can think of in this room and take the Jesus cross from Matthew and hold it to his chest.
I hate this.
And you holding it?
He grabs it and like holds it to his chest, like praying, like, oh God, this is not good.
Matthew doesn't seem to change in his when you do that.
Okay.
But you're still able to just hold it to your chest for comfort.
Man, here I was thinking it was a whole Inception thing where you can't touch another person's totem.
With these, sorry, James, to interrupt. One last thing. Connor currently has the book of poetry.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Connor? He's not here.
He's the bald man.
Angry one.
Yeah, but he's not here.
No.
James, I believe your camera's frozen.
Oh shit!
Is it battery probably died?
I'm gonna go grab a battery in just a sec here. Are those hands scratching him by chance? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh no, they got him.
The hands took him away. That's why I wanted to know if they were scratchy or not.
He's like, I'll go with them if they want me to.
Yeah, as long as they don't scratch me.
Are you okay, Alex?
I'm okay. It's okay. We gotta get those things off him. We gotta and I start standing up on shaky legs, we gotta throw a blanket on it like it's a bird or something, and we gotta it's not they're in him. We gotta get them out.
We probably shouldn't do any.
Are we just gonna leave him like this? Are we just gonna leave them in his mouth? Is that okay? That's not okay.
Can I roll a medicine check to see if we can actually save him, or if we're gonna do more harm than good?
Yeah, you can give me a medicine check.
Okay, I got a chance at this.
I turned first aid.
Fail.
You don't know if leaving them in him is bad, if taking them out is bad. You don't know what would happen if you did, what would happen if you don't. You're very much lost in terms of how to comprehend what the fuck is happening to this guy.
Alex, I'm not saying we should leave him. I'm saying that we probably shouldn't be the ones to do that.
We're gonna call the ambulance. We're gonna wait here while these hands are in this guy's face, and we're just gonna. What are we gonna do? We're gonna explain we walked in and we found these hands.
As they're discussing this, Frederick, entranced, has slowly been approaching, and he's at this point reaching out to the ball of hands.
As you reach out, one of them kind of just reaches out to you.
Yeah. His soul's not worth saving.
Do you intertwine your fingers with it?
Romantic.
Does anyone stop Frederick?
Olivia, stop him!
No, no one does.
I'm arguing.
Yeah, no, I'll not.
Yeah, I'll
Oh
definitely
God.
take the hand.
It just softly wraps around your hand and kind of just holds gently. What would you like to
Aw.
I'm gonna hold it gently and just kind of like entranced by it. You guys are just gonna hear him be like, "Are you what I've been seeing?
I didn't hear what you said.
Are you what I've been seeing?"
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
like that at all.
Frederick is just enveloped in this. Maybe if like no one does anything after
do?
like
You feel like the hand begins to push as if it wants you to pull it a little bit.
oh, I'll take the hand. I'll pull.
As you pull, the hand begins to reach out and become an arm.
What?
When
Like
it
out of the
becomes to the
ball?
point where an elbow, where it has the joint to kind of move and sway, it lets go and begins to reach on the mattress as if it's trying to pull itself free, but because it's only one arm, it can't.
Can I come into the room and
Frederick,
see this?
I would be very, very careful with what you're doing. there.
He's deaf right now. He's just zoned in.
I will. Well, I'll. If you try and interact with the hands again in any close contact, I will for sure walk over and try and stop you at this point.
As I'm looking at this arm trying to pull, clearly a demon trying to pull itself out of the fucking veil there, as I'm like looking further, is there anything, like if I do a spot hidden, is there anything else I can notice about this?
No, there's nothing else. There's
No.
nothing else. No secrets to discover here.
Did I see him pulling the hand out, or did
Yes.
I?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm walking in. I'm walking in, and I'm gonna start shouting. I am shouting at Frederick. I am yelling at him. What is he doing? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with this thing? And I'm gonna. Is there anything heavy nearby?
Yeah, there's a book.
Just drop a bowling ball on Matthew's head.
I'm gonna start hitting the arm with the book. Like I'm trying to get it back in. I'm hitting it. I'm trying to kill this thing, whatever it is. This fucking arm growing ball of nightmare. And
As
Frederick,
Alex
this idiot.
begins to become violent with it, the hands begin to release a little bit from Matthew and then begin to start to also reach out as if forming their own arm and elbow.
At this point, I'm at the door seeing this. I'm not interacting, though.
Yeah, I'm stopping.
Paul's leaving the room.
Yeah, I'm stopping and I'm backing away. Like I'm dropping the book and I'm backing away. I'm terrified. I'm so scared right now.
I think it's about time that we were going. I think this situation is beyond some of us, and we should probably move on. I'm like herding people out of the room, specifically Frederick, because I'm pretty sure Alex will go if he's on board.
What about the woman? We heard a girl screaming. What about the red-haired woman? What if she's in here? What if she's got hands too?
Are there other rooms, Justin?
Like
bedroom type room?
No, there's no other bedroom type rooms.
Okay. And you said it's just a bungalow, no basement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Megan, you fill me with terror all the time. I just want you to know.
I'm just gonna do a loop of like the kitchen, and like the living room, just to make sure there's absolutely nothing else.
Otherwise the house is empty. It is just Matthew in here.
Okay. I splashed some water on my face at the kitchen sink, and just.
As we're like all gathered out there, I'm gonna be like, we wake him up. We see what he's saying. We see what he knows.
Okay, but sorry, Olivia. Go ahead.
Look, I'm not convinced there's a way to wake him up. And I think he must wake up of his own accord. Frederick, if you're terribly, terribly interested, you and I could go in and try to wake him. But I think it will only end in bad things for all of us.
And yeah, how do you know that if you try to wake him, Frederick, it won't irrevocably, like, obviously he's,
I will gesture
know.
to the notebook. I believe that he's dreaming in this other place.
And he's doing this to himself?
By
These are
choice.
the demons that come through. You have to be careful.
Are you fucking kidding me? You want to
You
go
sound
into a room full
way
of
too into this.
demons?
All the more reason to not
Wake him.
interact.
To not wake him up?
Yeah,
The dream
we nailed-
stops. The ball stops. That's common knowledge.
No, we nail this door shut and we nail the windows closed. And if that thing, whatever it is, starts crawling around, it can stay in there with him. Okay? Like, that's not okay. We should, like, burn this house down or call, like, the government or something. Nothing is okay in there.
How can you guys witness such...
Greg leaves. He goes outside and just throws up.
Paul
Nice.
starts walking to the door and pulls out like an old BlackBerry cell phone and starts like dialing something. into
Ah,
it.
don't call
911.
the authorities.
Do you stop me?
Yes.
Okay, I
Do
got
not call the authorities.
9-1.
Stop.
Why not? I think Alex is making a lot of sense here.
Do you think that any normal individual will be able to manage dealing with this?
Don't
Look
they?
at how the
Well,
four
don't
of
they
you
call
have
like the
dealt with this.
CIA and the Area 51 people, and like they get the right people to come eventually?
In this city, that is not how this works.
We're kind of alone here, bud. I don't know if you've
One
noticed.
guy who responds to these calls.
Yeah, I don't want
I
this
don't
character.
want to interact with him.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
17. I know what's going down in the next few years. Look, Frederick. Do you want to be responsible for the potential loss of this human life? Because that might be what happens if you try and wake this human. It could be that he does not live if we leave him either.
From the open door, this is gonna sound weird, and Frederick, do you want to, like, I don't know, take a photo so you can paint it and look at it later by yourself? Nothing left in him.
Just
Um,
retching.
Yeah.
Frederick is just like leaning on the door into the bedroom, just looking in at this situation of horror and terror with like pure curiosity, borderline bliss.
Oh
I don't
God! Stop
think
making that eyes at me.
I don't think that what you're experiencing is healthy. I think that the only way to potentially stop this is to find that book, perhaps return it to Barnaby, and find out if he knows how to save these poor souls.
So where do we go now then?
Well, we have to find this Connor Murray.
Do we?
I will do a search on my cell phone
Is
You
that
have a different database you can look in as well.
through my police database.
On
that-
your police cell phone.
Does that need? Do we need to do that tonight, or
Are you
Like-
kidding me?
can
I'm
we?
not sleeping after this.
We can't let this go. What if she becomes some sort of hand thing too, and they're all over town, and they start getting out?
I do think it is important to continue on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen and find a heavy object.
Sure, you can
Like
find
a
like a
real heavy
meat mallet.
I'm gonna put it behind my
Ooh.
back and watch what Frederick does, and I'm doing it in such a way that I'm hoping Frederick can't see me, but I am not risking Frederick going back into that room.
Frederick is
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
entranced.
find this address. That's all I'm doing.
For
the next
simplicity,
day.
you are able to just dig it up.
Nice. And I am going to suggest that we all go in Paul's car, save walking time, to this address.
It's got plenty of room if we put the seats up a little in the back.
You guys are all able. Are you all going in Paul's car? Or is anyone staying with Matthew?
I want to, but they won't let me.
I think we'll let you.
I mean, some of us would, yeah.
Connor's
You'll be staying
address
for a long time.
is on the north side, and it's actually registered to his father's name. When you get there, it's in one of the fanciest parts of the north side, where the large houses that are like, I don't want to call it like mansion, but you know, like the houses like with like 2 stories up top, a big basement that's just sprawling and stretching. When you arrive at the residence that was in the address, the yard is uncared for. The trees are kind of overgrowing and covered in like black fungus, and some of them obviously dying, obviously sick. And there is a car pulled in the driveway, and the lights to the house are on. Even at all of them are at this time of night.
I will get out of the car and just walk up to the door and knock.
There is no answer. What do the rest do while she's doing this?
I get out of the car and just watch her.
I'm gonna come stand beside her with the meat tenderizer.
I've got 9-1 dialed on my phone.
Still? Did you hang up from previously, or is it still from the first time you tried?
I've added 911 to like the quick dial buttons.
Frederick, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna check in on my buddy Paul and be like, "Are you okay?"
Paul's like,
What we saw back there was
you just like, instead of like hearing like teeth chattering or knees clacking together, you hear him holding his phone towards his chest, and the cracking of the potato chips from the quaking in his hand is all you hear as he just kind of like nods to you in like a Paul kind of way.
Greg and Alex, you guys are with Olivia at the door? Do I have that right? Greg
Yeah.
There's no answer, Olivia. What would you like to do?
Is the door unlocked?
It always is.
I'm just checking. I will, I'll open the door.
The house is, as I said, large. It opens into a large foyer with stairs that spiral up. And the house seems to be, there's newspapers stacked up. This seems like the house in which someone recently died and is in the process of being emptied before sold.
Understood. I will call out like I did in the last house.
Do you want to give me a listen check?
I'd love to. Probably not, but I'll try. Oh yeah, that's my just my heart, not my extreme.
You hear the sound of heavy footsteps coming from the hallway upstairs.
All right then.
It sounds like they're like, because like it kind of spirals up. There's like a walkway that goes across the main entrance. Would you like to? It sounds like they're coming closer. Would you like to wait, or do you want to go meet what's up there?
Oh wait.
The 3 of you, can you give me sanity checks, please?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Hope it's just a big pile of feet.
I'm gonna
Pile of feet.
slowly start approaching to join them.
I also fail that sanity check.
I failed that sanity check.
You guys each take 5 points of sanity damage.
I'm so glad I did some healing before this.
As Connor walks across the upper landing. Unlike Mark, or Matthew, sorry, they're all Luke and John, he is walking around the room, but from where the hands were resting on Matthew's face, arms dangle out and stretch out. Whatever Frederick started is fully in process with Connor. The arms are reaching out as he walks, dragging their fingers along the walls as he is just thump, 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 moving around upstairs.
I'm probably with them by now.
Give me a sanity check too, please, my
Yeah,
friend.
I'd love to. That's an 88 out of 65.
You take 6 points of sanity damage.
Oh boy.
Well, I wonder if this perhaps has something to do with what we started in the other location.
I'm gonna close the door slowly. Just close it.
With us on the inside or the outside?
Outside. With us on the outside.
Paul is still standing there like he always was.
I will stop you from closing the door. The book is in there.
We need to just burn this place down, and we need to
the
burn the
book.
book with it.
No, we
No,
need the
no. That is not the way these things work, I'm afraid.
How can you be so calm about this? That man is... I
have seen things much, well, at least as strange as this before. And live to tell the tale, if that's any consolation.
And we do need to get... Listen. We need to get the book back to Barnaby.
What's Barnaby gonna do with it?
Not this.
Barnaby lent it out.
I doubt he meant for this to happen. I doubt he would have lent the book out if he didn't trust who he lent it out to.
I'm gonna let this conversation keep happening, but I'm gonna walk inside.
Okay.
Oh!
What are you aiming to do, Olivia?
I want to stealth my way to the bedroom.
Sure, give me a stealth check.
As she starts doing that, Paul wants to like close his eyes with one hand and grab her shoulder with the other. So whatever she's doing, he's trailing blindly behind her.
Fuck off.
You could try to like kick him off, right?
You can try to, but that's what he's trying to do.
No, I
Don't
got
worry,
my
I'm
hard
coming
for my
with
stealth.
What did you
I'm
get?
Coming.
My hard.
Oh. Yeah, so if you wanted to kick Paul off and like tell him to just
get rid of him.
Just
it's
take him to
okay.
Suplex City.
I got this.
Alex, Barnaby is... I keep wanting to call him Barnabas. Barnaby, if we're trying to solve this by informing, for lack of a better term, the proper authorities and deal with this some way, don't you think the person who lent out the book will know what to do?
I don't know anything about any of this, okay? This is crazy, all of this. And this whole thing is... Oh God, where did Paul and Olivia go? And I'm gonna look inside and see that Paul's just fucking standing there.
Yeah, he's just like trying to fumble his way around, blinded, trying not to.
Oh God, no! And I'm gonna go in.
You are able to move up the stairs pretty easily, and the creature just keeps walking forward.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go.
My
goal is to find the book. Yeah.
Do you want to give me an intelligence? Let's see how your intelligence is.
She's reasonably intelligent. Oh yeah, that is my hard.
You're able to pace it out actually pretty quickly to find the room. When you do, you find a bed that is covered in a black ichor. From within the ichor, you hear the sound of a pained woman singing. The song is sad and heavy, and it just has like layers and layers of something to it, that it feels like a funeral song or like a procession, and just that listening to it brings you closer to death than you've ever been before.
And to be clear, there's no actual woman in there.
It's just black ichor.
Singing goo.
Yeah.
Great.
However, on the end table is a plain green book.
Excellent. I will pick it up. And is it small enough to put in a jacket pocket?
Can you give me a power check, please?
I would love to try. I beat my regular.
All right, you resist the urge to flip it open to see what it says on the inside.
Great.
Yeah, it's evil. You can
is
easily
it
just
small
put it
enough?
in.
Yeah, it's going in my pocket.
What do you guys do
That-
for Paul when he's down there, kind of just going like this?
Hand contact, whispering. No.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Please
It's
tell
okay.
me that's not coming out of a head.
No, it's me. It's me. Come on, let's.
Um,
we gotta.
Greg, you see that the hand Connor is beginning to turn and walk down the stairwell towards the landing that you guys are on.
Can I open my eyes now? Or...
No, the thing is coming for us, and like, we gotta go, but I don't know where Olivia went, and I'm really worried. So, okay, Paul, I know this is gonna sound scary, but we gotta make some noise, and we gotta like book it for a window or something. Okay, Paul?
Point me in the direction of a window and I'll bolt.
Well, there's the door
Okay.
behind you guys too.
Well, yeah, but we don't know where Olivia is, and we need to make sure she's got a clear exit.
Are we gonna lead this thing into the road?
Yeah, I think so, and we're gonna hope something like hits it or something.
No, don't touch it. Don't.
No,
leave-
we're not touching.
Hey,
Come on.
As they're having this argument about this thing, I think Frederick's finally ready to enter and look.
Sure, do you want to give me a sanity check?
Watch him beat his extreme and just be in
I want to
rapture.
watch him gain sanity back.
Gain sanity.
I have
Frederick
never
wants
felt
to see
so
this
alive.
beauty. The target is 64, and we got a 29, folks.
You take 3 points of sanity damage at the site.
How
I hope that
beautiful
makes
is
you
it, though?
insane.
How beautiful is it, though?
It's not beautiful at all. It's horrifying. You find it beautiful, but the sight of it is monstrous. It's a man who's walking around. Half of him is arms reaching out. Probably like 25 to 30 arms.
Paul, what did you do with the cross or the Jesus statue from the last place?
It would be in the car, and someone could have taken it if they wanted to.
One thing I've noticed as well, you see that there is some sort of strange blunt object held in
He
Connor's
did
hand.
say
as he's
what they
walking
were.
around.
Wasn't he using a teddy bear, I thought?
That was Rowan.
No, that was Rowan. Yeah.
He had a blunt object, which is what he's currently holding.
You guys do see that Olivia is sneaking down into the thing as the creature. It's a double stairwell, so she's able to come down the right one as he's coming
Love
down
it.
the left one.
I'm turning Paul towards a window and telling him to run.
Frederick is just...
Paul runs blindly towards the direction he's pointed.
Do you want to give me a luck check, please?
This can only
We
end
think
terribly.
we're helping Olivia.
That's a 6 out of 35.
You, due to your impossible ability to actually keep a straight line while running because you've never like really ran much before in your life,
Yeah.
you actually just angle and run out the door, and you reach the outside.
I like hit a railing or something, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I did it, and I open my eyes. And
There's just the cold night air greeting you.
Ooh, crap.
Amazing.
How did the creature respond to like?
The creature doesn't care. It's sleepwalking.
Yeah, Frederick is, just as before, he's entranced by this.
What's Greg doing?
Oh no, man!
He's texting his kids goodbye.
Greg's gotta live.
Two, one of them's some in another state for college, and the other one's probably sleeping at home.
Good.
Yeah,
As you
and
should-
he's
should
just
be. It's past her
he's just
bedtime.
he's just texting her, being like, "Hey, are you familiar with Oliver?"
All right, what are you guys doing?
I'm making my way back outside.
Yeah, Olivia, you're easily able to get outside. The creature does not seem to care that you guys are here. It's
I'm
just...
gonna just leave with Olivia. Nope.
Alex,
I'm
you also
looking
step
at-
outside?
I'm looking at Frederick one more time, and I'm just like, gotta leave, man. And then I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm not, like, it's not the first fucked up thing I've seen in the past half hour, so this one I can pull myself away from.
Okay.
But do you want the blunt object?
Me? No, I don't give a shit about their anchors.
Like, player Megan wants it, Olivia doesn't want it.
It's fair.
Oh, you want the blunt object?
I want it so bad.
I've taken the cross already. I wonder if we get like all three, if we can like summon Cthulhu or something.
That's the special epilogue.
I was gonna say, if we unlock the special epilogue, there you go.
All right, you guys are outside. You have.
You don't
the
want
book.
an object touched by the dream, Frederick? Because you don't have an anchor. But this is an anchor that works. You're seeing it work right in
Everyone
front
makes
of you.
so a teddy bear will work. Anything will work. My anchor will be Paul.
So then, Frederick,
Just
you come
holding
from
the
behind.
You're a
You
serial killer.
exit and close the door.
Yes.
All right, you guys are outside
damn.
in the cold night air. You have the book of poetry. What would you guys like to do?
Frederick's gonna like lean on the railing, kind of like clutch his chest a little and breathe a little heavy, and be like, "All this excitement has me feeling very faint." Oh, and then he's gonna kind of like slump down a little, go a little pale, as kind of everything, the excitement is wearing off, and the horror is setting in a little. Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think we should return this to Barnaby.
You found the book? Give me the book.
Mallet
I'm
up.
not going to be giving it to you.
I have to see.
You do not.
I will just also, as the keeper, because you can do this more in Call of Cthulhu, Barnaby is an option, but there also is Richard Kilman.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
This is what
Olivia
happens when
doesn't want to give it
Olivia
to
has the
anybody
book.
other than Barnaby.
I
Yeah.
will
this is
also
what
remember
happens.
the advice I gave you guys in the Discord. When you think your mission's done, you still have a
Yeah.
little bit left.
Yeah.
What about that girl, the third one? Should we see how many hands she has?
Marshall. Marshall.
Okay, listen. We got the book. I say we set fire to this house. And then
That's-
we go back and burn Matthew's house down, and we find Rowan, and if Rowan isn't okay, we burn down Rowan's house too. We can decide what to do with the book afterwards, but we need to stop these things.
Alex, you know arson, right? And you know how she's a detective, right?
Okay, Olivia's been saying it this whole time. I think we're a little bit past your fucking episodes of Law and Order here, okay?
Ooh, ew, no, not a fan.
Look, I
Just-
think that we should start by returning the book to Barnaby, at least get some information.
And he might be able to tell us what to do.
Do you know where Rowan lives?
I could find out. But I think that it's more important that we take the book to Barnaby to begin with, and then if you insist, we can check up on Rowan.
I'd be happy to just call 911 and send them over there.
I don't think that 911 will respond well to a set of hands coming out of someone's chest, do you?
I think we should check on Rowan first. They've been more active each time we've seen whatever the fuck they are, and if that thing is like awake and touching people or making other people into things, then we should at least like know about that to tell Barnaby.
Let me say this. For all the wrong reasons for myself, because of my curiosity, and I don't know what we've unlocked here, but I really need to see what's happening to the third one. But also, we at least owe it to the father who welcomed us into his church to let us know what's happened to the members of his congregation. Barnaby's bound to be asleep by now.
Don't call it the third one. They're people. They were people.
They
You
are
don't know that they won't be people come morning.
Look, if you're really concerned, we can go to the girl's house, but I don't see anything we can possibly do there. We weren't able to do anything of the other two.
It would be just so good if we could.
Fine.
Sorry, it would be
I'm
Best
gonna just
if-
object. I'm just gonna for time. The girl has nothing. She won't offer anything
Okay.
to the quest.
Okay, cool.
Damn it.
It's just
I
more.
wanna
It's really a
reading.
discussion over whether we go to Barnaby or whether we go to.
Yeah. So either you go to Barnaby, or you go to Kilman, or you could go to the father, but he also won't be
Nothing,
the best
okay.
choice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see another horror.
We know.
Well, honestly, if you out of game, if you wanted to do that, you should definitely root for Kilman. I'm pretty sure that would be your answer right there.
But we didn't
Yeah.
go in. We didn't hear him say, "You need me to guide you through the experience."
Yeah,
So
no,
we
were
actually
outside.
don't know that.
Yeah, you guys don't
Yeah.
know that. It's true.
I was busy doing a portrait of Paul.
Touche.
So you can tell us that
None of
knowledge,
the rest
or we
of us
won't
have also
know.
had to do any rolls to see if we want the book either. So
Yeah.
I
I am heavily monopolizing it as a character for sure.
I need that book.
Greg wants to take it to Barnaby and have this nightmare done. Nathan wants to take it to Richard and see what happens next.
Why don't we call Barnaby and tell him we found the book and see?
Barnaby's bookshop is open until 1 in the morning every weeknight, so it's definitely he's still working.
Yeah, I'll call Barnaby.
Trill. Barnaby's Bookshops, your one-stop shop for books in Red Hall. Strange, occult, ghost stories, folklore. How can I help you? Barnaby here.
Barnaby, it's Frederick. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling a little faint at the moment, but I'm standing here with the book club, and we have managed to track down your book. Olivia says, but she won't share it to confirm. So,
Oh, that's excellent. You should bring it back here immediately.
About that.
yeah.
Was Richard
Don't
okay?
wanna-
Was Richard all right?
Sorry,
Was Richard okay?
was Richard okay?
He had a black eye.
He had a black eye.
Oh,
Seemed a little on drugs.
He seemed like he was high.
that sounds like Richard. Yeah.
Okay, so do you know about this book? That it's writing poems for individuals as you read it?
Yes, I did know that. I assume Richard told you this?
Well, not me. Oh, Barnaby, we'll be by in a bit.
All right.
what did he say? Did he know about it? Did he know about the book?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, sorry.
No, he said he knew about it, and so let's take it to Barnaby and
Well,
see
of
why.
course-
What?
Of course he knew about it. He's the one who told us about it and told us not to read it.
No, he
Shit,
knew.
shit. He wants the book to make changes too.
No.
They're all gonna make changes with the book. We can't give it to any of them. We have to keep it. We have to bury it or burn it or something.
Paul, would you be so kind as to drive us to Barnaby's?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Go to Richard's.
What's wrong, Paul?
I need a justification to go to Richard's.
I'm trying to think of one, but like,
it's okay,
Greg
guys. Go to
doesn't want to
Barnaby.
do
Don't
it.
worry. Don't worry. You can go to Barnaby.
What's
I mean,
wrong,
I'm
Paul?
trying to justify us keeping it and then getting tempted by it. I want
No,
to
man,
read
you
my.
know the best part? I'm just so excited because this is working so much better than I thought it would.
Justin, yeah, you're a fucking good storyteller.
I want to. Yeah. When Paul's just like, "Oh, okay, I guess," I just like, "What's wrong, Paul? You don't want to go to Barnaby's?"
I'm gonna Tweety Bird that one. That one's pretty direct. It's pretty.
It's pretty late, and honestly, this was a bit more than I signed up for, to be honest.
All right. Why
I'm
don't
good
you...
to drive wherever we need to go. I just I don't want to see any more hands if we can arrange that tonight.
Why? I mean, if you're too
Sorry.
tired, you could just take us back to the church. We'll get our own cars.
No more hands.
I mean, we're on the north side. We're probably
You're
closer
really close
to
to
the
Barnaby's.
bookshop.
You're probably
Yeah,
really
we're
close to
pretty
Barnaby's.
close. I'll take you to your cars after we finish this waking nightmare,
This book club meeting.
if you wanted to call it that. Sure.
It's meeting of the Midnight Society. Anyway.
I take
Yeah,
us there.
I get
right
in
now.
the car.
I force everyone in the car and take us there, so we're there.
Alex, what's up? What's on your mind?
We should burn it. We should get rid of it. I'm saying as I get into Paul's car because ultimately I am a coward who listens to whoever is the loudest.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
gonna. While we're in the car, I'm just going to.
Try and reach for the book.
I'm gonna try and convince Olivia to just let me read it.
I will accept this as an
All
option.
right. Let's have a duel. Let's have a. Give me a dueling. Actually, so James, you're going to start by giving me either an intimidate, a fast talk, or a persuade.
Oh, that's great because I chose charm as my interpersonal.
Oh, you can do charm
skill.
too. Charm also works.
Yo,
Oh.
same.
There we go. I'll charm her into it. Oh, that beats. No, that doesn't beat my heart. That's 26. Heart's 25.
Olivia, you're going to make a power check in comparison to that, please.
I pass my regular power, but I don't beat his roll. I rolled a 35.
Okay, so then you do feel like it's okay to give Frederick the book.
I reach into the pocket of my jacket very slowly and I pull out the book.
Wait. Do you really think this is a good idea? Not you, Frederick. I'm sorry. You're a wonderful, creepy, talented man. Detective.
I don't think it's a good idea. But honestly, if any soul is going to be lost for the sake of curiosity and art, Frederick seems like the one to do it.
I imagine it's Paul driving and then Frederick in the passenger seat and you
Yeah.
three in the back seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
They said there's a ritual, and we don't know the ritual, so...
Exactly. Although I can only read it. I can't dream.
No.
I will hand very slowly the book through
Okay,
the
but
center.
If
And
if it's
like,
true that as you're reading it, it changes to and it adapts with you. I know it sounds crazy. It could tell you what the ritual is because you want it.
Greg. I'm going to take the book, and as I'm holding the book, I'm going to look back at Greg and be
before
like,
I let go,
yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, and I'll use it as a connection point between the two of us,
Uh-huh.
and just be like, be careful. Whatever you do, just be careful.
Yeah, and I'm just going
And I'll let go.
to... Awesome. I'm going to tell Greg and just be like, oh, even if it tells me the ritual, you think I'm going to just find a totem and fall asleep in Paul's
Yes.
car?
Just reaches out and touches Paul's head and falls asleep.
No.
Frederick,
Paul's
would
gonna
you like
take
to...
Paul.
Oh,
Paul
sorry.
takes the sun visor, folds it down, unclips it on the one side, and makes a divider between him and Frederick.
Amazing.
I've never seen one that could go that way. Interesting.
It's double sided. This one.
Yeah.
Frederick,
double
are you going to
hinges.
start reading?
Of course you are.
I hope
I
so.
just...
Do it.
If you don't, you're gonna have to make a power check.
No, it's just... It's not a question of if. It's just a question of, like, letting the excitement trembles stop before I can open it.
You've got to smell the one before you drink it.
Exactly.
You do.
And
It's just
After
taking
these
it in.
trembles cease, do you open the book and begin reading?
Of course I do.
There's no name on the cover once you open it. It opens right into a poem. The poem is pretty plain and simple, and there's nothing really to it. You flip the next one on the next page, same kind of thing. Just really mundane, follows the same pattern. They all seem to follow the same rhyme. You can tell that they're told and written by the same person. You keep flipping. You're now through 17, 20 poems. They're all the same. And then you hit yours.
As I'm flipping, I'm just going to be like, come on, Magnus, talk to me.
As you hit a page,
I hate this.
you find your poem. It speaks to you for a few seconds. But when it's over, you just can't help but feel that this was it. But the poem resonates, and it's yours. And you know it's for you. Because it's as if you yourself wrote it with your own thoughts and your own identity and just everything that you've ever felt up to this point. The poem reads for you, Frederick. You've lost your way on amber grain with broad strokes of tragic pain, hues of blue, a slash of red, a twisted voice, a sickly head. And then it's nothing else, just more plain poetry. There's no ritual. There are no secrets in this book. It's just that one poem written just for you.
I'm going to close the book. And I'm just going to like put it on my chest and recline my chair just a little and like close my eyes and just see how the rest react.
I'm gonna like knee you. I'm taking double shotgun and I'm gonna knee. Yeah.
What did it say? How are you feeling?
Well, you know, earlier when I was speaking, I said I know I'm getting excited and worked up and setting myself up for a disappointment. Doesn't seem like there's much in here. There's no ritual. There's no clue. Honestly, this book is harmless to the reader. It's mundane poems, but you might find one that connects with you, and I'll hand it back to Olivia and just see. I'll be like, I see there's no harm in reading it.
You devil.
Question. And I know you're the game master. When she grabs it again, does she need to like fight it again, or is it like a one and done?
No,
thing?
that was just like the curiosity of finding it in the moment.
All right.
Can I do like a psychology? I just want to know how much I believe
Sure.
the
I'm not lying.
ambivalence.
Yeah, he's not lying.
I know. Yeah. I want to know if I guess I want to know if I'm suspicious of it.
Of course,
It's mostly for me, and it's not against you.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Read it.
I'm gonna look back at you like in between the seats, and I'm just gonna kind of give you the puppy dog eyes and be like, "Please, Olivia, just tell me if you think there's anything interesting in there."
I hate you so much.
I
love your character,
open
James.
the front cover of the book and kind of like run my fingers down the first page. And they're not steady. This is not easy for Olivia.
Little does Olivia know and Frederick know, the poem that Olivia is reading on this front page is different than the poem he read on the front page. But still, the words are mundane and simple, and they mean nothing to you. It's just a pretty poem with some prose that is fine, and but there's nothing that strikes you. Would you like to keep flipping?
I, more assured, will keep flipping through this book.
At a certain point, after 20 poems, maybe a bit less, a bit more, you lose count, you find a poem that feels like it is speaking to you in a voice in the back of your head that you wish wouldn't speak to you anymore. Would you like to read it?
Sorry, can you describe that again? Sorry, I think I missed what you said.
Her poem is speaking in a voice she wishes didn't speak with her anymore.
Okay.
But it's like one that she hears herself in her own mind.
I don't think I read it. If I don't want it to speak to me, I don't
But
read it.
you're already on the page. It's already you're feeling that this page is yours.
And
You
you're
should-
already
you should
hearing the
roll-
voice.
You should just roll a power check, Megan. And
I
see how
will
it
roll a
goes.
power check.
Fail.
I read the poem.
All right,
Yes.
Olivia, here is
no.
your poem written by Magnus Barna for you with your own perspective, your own thoughts and fears. Twilight calls in fading sighs. Come home, my dear, a sweet reprise. Notes of love and olive eyes. Chain unchained, my angel flies.
I close the book. And I just stare at it.
Olivia? Olivia? Are you okay?
That is not just a book of pretty poems.
Seemed pretty mundane to me.
And I'll just set it kind of like on my knee. And like I don't really know what to do with my hands. And settle for kind of just holding them.
Oh, Eric, I see you want to grab it so bad.
You're a librarian. You
I-
need to put it in the Dewey Decimal System. Come on.
How did you know about the Dewey Decimal Box and my need to put things in it? I am curious as to how dramatic Justin's gonna let me be and then play into it.
You do you.
I am going to try and make a grab for the book.
Are you still in too much shock, Olivia, to react to that?
How violently? Like, what's the intention behind the grab?
Snatch.
With that aggression, I would try and stop you, but I don't think I would be able to in time. I would definitely miss.
I'm gonna snatch it and I'm gonna say it's a stupid fucking book of poetry and it's made people sick, and I'm gonna start trying to rip out pages. And I'm going to rip out about 20 pages before I happen to look at one of them.
When you look at that page, though, it's still just a simple mundane poem.
Because it's the first one you looked at?
Mm.
Interesting.
And I'm gonna throw the pages on the inside of the car, and I'm gonna throw the book down in between the seats, and I'm just gonna be like, it's stupid. This whole thing is stupid. Nothing's worth this.
And we're here at Barnaby's
No,
now.
we're not.
We're
Greg
here
starts
at
looking at the
McDonald's.
various pages all
Shamrock
over the
Shake.
place.
Yeah.
The pages on the floor are blank.
Interesting.
They became blank.
They were always blank. They weren't written yet.
I'm gonna grab one of the pages.
There's no. It's not in the book, so there's nothing will happen.
Okay.
I thought you said it was a book of poems. I don't even see anything written on it.
It is not a book of poems.
It is a book of poems.
It's not just a book of poems.
It's just a book of poems.
I'm not
What you
following
see in
you,
that book
Olivia.
is for you.
What do you mean, Olivia? Not a normal book of poems.
Frederick is right. There was a poem written just for me. Very specific, intentioned, written with things that crawl deep under my skin, within my brain, that haunt me.
A poem written for you, by you.
Well, it
There's
doesn't
so
matter.
much-
Doesn't matter. I ripped it up. It's done.
Well, the
I don't
book's just
think that
only...
matters. I will carefully pick up a blank page.
Alex, did you want to open the book again? Anyone feel compelled to open the book?
Paul's driving.
Yeah. I was gonna...
If Greg doesn't, I will.
When you open the book, you find that the pages are. It's filled back to the cover again.
I'm gonna drop it on Greg's lap. I'm scared.
Does it drop open?
Sure. Let's say it drops open.
Greg will look down.
It's just a mundane poem that, while nice, has no meaning to you.
I'm rolling a power check to see if I keep reading. If that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Ah, fuck. 1 sec.
You,
Oh my
you
God.
don't.
Oh! No, I beat my normal.
Yeah, you do not feel compelled to read.
I've got kids to think about.
I closed the book. Never really liked poetry anyway.
Can I read it again?
You'll get the same poem.
Yeah, no. I'm not expecting to not get the same poem.
Yeah, it's just your poem.
It's just Frederick is just a little. He's trying to suss out in his mind now how he goes from, a few lines of prose to getting to heaven.
He believes in heaven. I see.
He's like, how does this cheat anything? Like, he doesn't understand. He clearly understands this book is otherworldly and transcendent and fantastic in that way, but I just don't understand. And so I think, as I'm kind of sussing that out, I think I'm going to tell the rest. I'm going to say, I can't deny the mysticism in this book. Behind the author, perhaps, and who knows what truth there is to him looking at you and writing for you, but it really just does seem to be about what you want, what you need, or a subconscious thing. I feel no need to go to this veil to dream to change things. I see nothing. This does nothing for that.
How does this do nothing for you? The pages were literally ripped out. There's pages all over the ground here. It's filled again.
Frederick, what did your poem say?
Oh, man. I wish I could repeat it verbatim, but I didn't write it down. My poem says...
Nope.
I just want the sentiment.
I'm just gonna, as I try to say it, I'm gonna be like, I can't seem to bring it forward. Melancholy. It's melancholy. But in a way, liberating. As if I'm the writer of my own destiny.
What did yours say, Olivia?
Shakes her head.
It's fair.
I'm just gonna be like, Paul, would you like to pull over and see?
You guys have been parked outside of Barnaby's for a bit.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah, I've arrived.
Please just drive a little bit forward and then pull over.
Paul is just like wringing the steering wheel and like looking forward with like glazed over eyes. I'm doing this for you, Heather. And he reaches over and pulls the book open and starts reading like fiendishly, like he's just powering through whatever this is, trying to gain some insight to better himself.
You get through the mundane poems. You find the poem that's written for you, my dear sweet Paul, and it reads,
My dear sweet Paul.
"Form set in rigid stone, sculpted on the hill alone, stoic still the ever guard, wind untouched and never marred. Yet it sits till time is done, a road away as only one."
He just starts crying and drops the book in between like the two seats and just slumps over the wheel in tears, like in a like super sobbing. Yeah.
Just gonna. They're there. And I'm just gonna kind of look at the other two and be like, at worst, you cry.
At worst, We don't know what is worst. Perhaps worse than those hands coming out of the man's chest.
Considering you read it and felt nothing in particular, and then Olivia read it and it was more intense of a reaction, and now Paul's read it and it was even more of an intense reaction. I don't think it's just poems.
I think it tells you what your scared things are gonna be like. I think it wants you to try and it wants you to feel desperate. That's how I feel right now. I feel lost. I feel hopeless.
Poor Paul.
I'm gonna watch to see what Greg does.
Alex, do you have you have no desire to?
If you want to read it, I'm not gonna stop you.
I don't though. I
I'm
rolled a
gonna-
33.
I'm
I
going to reach
beat my hard, so
forward through the seats to pick up the book where it fell. If nobody stops me.
Nope.
And I will get out of the car.
Is Barnaby just like standing in the window being like,
Those bastards.
No, there's
Closing up
the
how many
window's filled with
times now?
books, a book display, so we can't see out.
What a terrible use for windows.
I'm gonna just kind of sit with Paul until he's ready to go.
You just you guys talk for like a couple minutes, like she was the one, man, and she got away, and then no one's gonna love me, and it that kind of for a good couple minutes. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna roll a listen check to see if I actually fucking listen to you.
That's a power check. That's a power check.
Okay, let's try a power check, which is even better. Oh, baby, you've never had a better friend with a 4.
Does anyone else join Olivia as she steps inside?
Yep.
Okay. When you come in, Barnaby perks up and says, "Oh, thank God you guys found it. I wasn't expecting to see you back so soon."
Barnaby,
Well, I'm very good at what I do.
what is this book?
It's a book written by a dreamer.
That's every book ever
No,
written.
no. The book we read as part of our book clubs are local people telling stories. This book, he extends a hand for you to give it to him.
I don't give it to him.
This book is truth. Magnus Barna is actively... He's somewhere else, but he is still writing this book.
Somewhere else.
Yes.
Where?
He's in a place called the Vale, as we call it. It's not
Like-
here.
The in-between heaven and earth veil?
No. It's a place of inky blackness that people can build homes in, places in, worlds in. And Magnus Barna is the only one we know who has done it from here and still actively influences this world. And all he's done with it is written this book of poems. He's, writing this book of poems.
He's done
Do you have
worse
any-
than that.
What has he done?
Do you have any inkling of what we saw today? Like any ideas of what happened tonight?
No.
We talked to a cult, we saw two people with hands and arms growing
On
out
that,
of
he
them.
kind of just pulls back. And he leans over, picks up his phone, and dials a number.
What are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing?
He says, Richard, she's found a way in. And we're
What?
gonna end this episode here.
What?